So I started to write about procedural knowledge in my response to your posting in the forum. And what I wanted to do is think a little bit more about how you would develop procedural knowledge for addition. And what I did is I took one of your problems, 563 more than 267. Now I'm in the program called Kidspiration.
Go to starter.
And Kidspiration, if you don't have it, you can download a free trial, a 30-day trial, just like they have for Inspiration. And what I wanted to demonstrate is how you could use virtual manipulatives to build schemas for your problems and for renaming. So if we take the problem 563 more than 267, that really turns into an addition problem, 267 plus 563. And in Kidspiration, it's very easy to do 267 just by dragging. And then 200, so there's 200, and then 60, we'll need 6 tens. And then 7 ones. And I'm going to group them as 5 and 2 just so that it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so that's our 267. Now we want to add to that 563. So we'll bring down another 500. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag across all of those and select them and then color them yellow just so that they're a different color that we can see a little easier. So we want 563, so we need 6 more tens. And I'm going to color those yellow also. Select over them. And then 3 ones. So now we have our problem. Select those, color yellow. 563 plus 267 plus 563. And what we can do is we can teach the students to solve this problem from right to the left the same way they would if they were solving the addition problem. So going from right to left, we have 7 plus 3. Well, 7 plus 3 is a 10. So if we select all of those, we can merge those into a 10. Okay, so now the problem really becomes this. Okay, and to solve this, what we're going to do is we're going to merge all of those 10s. So here's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we can merge those. And then 30. Okay, so then the final step to solving that problem would bring the hundreds over and then count up the answers. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 830 would be the answer. Now, to proceduralize that knowledge, you want to get the student to connect each of those actions to the way that you write the numbers and carry in addition. So in Kidspiration, you're able to create more pages like this one, which I've done already. And I've preloaded it with a demonstration of how to do this by the numbers. So I'm just going to repeat the process, but I'm going to flip through the screens that show step by step what we just did. So the problem was 563 more than 267. That turns into an addition problem, 267 plus 563. And this is the same thing we had before, 267 and 563. So I represented the actual numbers there. And I also represented the addition problem right down here. So in the next page, you can see I've taken the 7 plus 3 and moved it over to here. And the problem has become 270 plus 560, 270 plus 560 down here. Okay, the original problem is still 270 plus 563. But now this problem is the same as this problem. Okay, going over to the next screen, we've taken the 100 out of the tens column and moved it over. And so now the problem has become 300 plus 530. And now you can just add them and do it to get 830. And the idea here is to show the learner that this turns into this, and then this can turn into this. And you can then show how 267 turns into 270 by taking 7 plus 3 is 10. And then you would carry the 1 over into the tens column to get the 270 and the 560. Then the same thing, 7 and 6 is 13. So you would carry 1 over into the hundreds column to get your 830. So you add 100 there and you would lose this. Connecting the manipulatives to the numbers, I think would be the best way to proceduralize that schema. So I would think that you would want to do this with addition, with something like this. You can use your physical manipulatives and do it on paper. It's a lot quicker to do it in something like Kidspiration, where you can do the virtual manipulatives. There's also a spot where you can, there's a website where you can do these, but it's a little more clumsy to use. So that's why I chose to use the Kidspiration to demonstrate that. But you could go into to do the same thing for subtraction, and it would be only after you did a lot of schema building where you connected this process directly to the process of adding the numbers so that the learners can see what's going on when you carry or borrow numbers, or do renaming, I guess is what you'd call it now, to actually connect that to the representation of the numbers as you try to proceduralize that operation. And I would suggest that you would want to do that before you try to build any decision trees, because you're going to need to build these schemas very methodically before you can get up to the process of actually combining that all in a decision tree.